Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, Spiritual Justice Young Goddess Queen, or you can call me Queen, either one would do. I answer to both. This video is about how God will protect you even when you don't understand that He's protecting you or she's protecting you. When I was in the wilderness, I call it the wilderness phase because when I was in the wilderness, and a lot of people like gonna look at me or probably frown and didn't understand it. I didn't understand it either. But even if I just touched the Bible, I got sick. If I read the Bible, it made no sense to me. I used to throw the Bible, and I'm like, God, I'm living in hell. Like, why you got me here? I thought I was living in hell. I realized it was my wilderness phase, and a lot of that time I had to spend alone. Long story short, there was a cycle or a time period for like 5 to 10 years that as a shift that came in the atmosphere, God let me know. And when the shift came in the atmosphere, it was in a negative way. People were sleeping around. That's when that side of me had gotten really, really profound and bold. And I didn't know that's what was going on at the time, but that's what was really going on. And I could just feel it in my energy. I didn't know how to put it. I was just sick, and God really helped me and kept me to myself. And I was on dealing with my one particular person who I'm dealing with now. I have been dealing with him for over almost 7 years in August. So, I said this to say, I told you about that backstory to tell you about what's going on now, how God showed me that particular enemies of mine were sleeping around with different people, and they knew some people had HIV, and they slept with these people and didn't think they was going to get HIV. They thought they were immune from it. I'm laughing not at the person getting HIV or not at none of that. I'm laughing at the audacity the person had, how the devil hyped them up so big. Their ego was so big, they didn't use their common sense. God hyped their God, the devil, hyped them up so big. Satan hyped them up so big that they thought they was above HIV. They thought they was above STDs. They thought they was above these different things. And it's like, I'm laughing at the way that when your ego is inflated in let's say toxic or inhumane way. That was inhumane. This person was being inhumane to themselves. That's inhumane. Like, why wouldn't you protect yourself knowing someone had HIV? I'm not saying don't deal with the person, but you need to have that kind of self-love where you protect yourself and you protect your future partners by not giving, if you're dealing with someone that only have HIV, let that person be taking their medicine. They have medicine to give to people like that. You get what I'm saying? But this person did none of that. This how this person rode. And God showed me exactly who it is. I almost said the person's name, but I'm not gonna be messy like that. But this particular individual now has HIV when they didn't have it before, and for many years they never caught it dealing with these particular people. They never caught HIV dealing with these particular people, so that's why they had the audacity to keep doing it. That's like Russian roulette. You're playing with your health. Why would you play with your immune system like that? You know what I mean? So I'm not ridiculing nobody that have it. I'm not none of that. I'm just saying being honest and logical and transparent here because of what God showed me. And then have the audacity to come up against me and you living like that. See, one thing about me, when I say I'm celibate, I don't nobody nothing. My boyfriend, we are in 2 separate states. We're in 2 separate states. We are really engaged to be married, but we're in 2 separate states. First of all. Second of all, I don't believe in cheating when I'm with someone. I don't care how my flesh wants to do whatever, because I am in control of my spirit man. My spirit body is in control of my mind, and my mind, I'm subject to God. So
look at you.
That's why you must kill the flesh. But most people who serve the devil can't kill the flesh, because that's where he operates the most, is in their root chakra. That's where he operates from. So that being said, you guys, this particular person had the audacity not to protect themselves, and then have the audacity to be my enemy. Like, you do not think God was going to show me? And I'm not putting this in your face because it makes me feel good. It's like how can you win when you ain't right within? It's like going back to Lauryn Hill when she sung that song, how you gonna win? We ain't right within. Come again. That Jezebel spirit. And then have the audacity to even talk about Jezebel spirit when this person is operating in the Jezebel spirit. This is how deluded some people are that serve Satan. This is how deluded, this is how carnal-minded, this is how double-minded they are. This is how can I put it? This is how reprobated their mind gets when they're so heavily and rooted into not repenting, being hateful, having the 7 sins: lust, envy, hatred, jealous, having all those 7 sins within their bodies. That means each of their chakras are filled up with garbage. And that's what they manifest from. And then they want to come out and attack the people of God who really have the seat of Christ sitting in their consciousness, sitting at the crown, in the crown. Then you want to come against that mindset and say that we stupid, we doing this and we doing that. But look at you and look at me. Look what Christ has gotten me, and look where the devil has gotten you. Look what Satan got you. Have you so deluded and so in your pride that you thought you weren't going to get HIV, messing with multiple people that you normally know have HIV? And God gave you a chance year after year after year after year after year after year, and you continue to defile God, to throw it in God's face after he covered you with his blood. You throw it back in his face. You throw it back with his son's blood. You throw it back in his face. And so God's like, I'm done. She don't want me no more. She ain't got nothing to do with me. It don't have nothing to do with me anymore. So he let you fall on your own sword. That's what the Bible means by, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So whatever was within you, that's what's going to kill you. If you live by the sword, which is what she lived by, what he lived by, the sword. And then you fell on the very sword that you lived by. Do you see how diluted the thinking is? Do you see how carnal the thinking is? Do you see, no matter how pretty you are, God ain't crazy about you like that. No matter how ugly you are, God still ain't crazy about you like that. God like his people balanced. She like her people balanced, their feminine and masculine energies balanced in a healthy, whole way, so that you can rightly divide the word of truth. I can walk down the road looking busted and disgusted in my lower self, and I would never have the thinking that somebody has that serves Satan, simply because I have the love of God in me. No matter how low I go, I'm going to always reach out for that love. No matter how high I go, I'm going to still reach out for God, because God is higher than me any day. I would never think that I'm above a situation that I put myself in, because you're putting yourself in that situation. God didn't even put you in a okay, I like this, I like that, I want this, I want that. You are just guided by your flesh. And he gave you year after year. It's not like you're under 30 years old. Let's just be honest. And then on top of that, you're not under 30. Like, you had all these years to play, and you still want to be immature. You still want to play with God. And then you sit up in God's church house and congregate with his people and fool his people and cast all these spells with his people. And you think nothing was going to happen to you? You can have all the knowledge of Satan that you want. You can have all the scriptures that Satan wrote. You can have all the testaments. You can have all the testimonies. You can have all the likes, share, subscribers that you want. God don't care nothing about it. When it's your time, it's your time, because He loves us all. But when He doesn't let us go, you let Him go. So when you let that protection go, by coming against His church, by casting spells on His people and feeding them and leading them into darkness, did you not know there's other people praying that God leads these people into heaven, into the Christ mindset? And while you're doing this, you cast an arrow on your own self. That's why God said, we don't have to do that but pray and protect ourselves and stay connected to Him and to her. You know why? Because He see all, know all. When you don't have the love of Christ within you, when you don't have a good mindset, when you walk in pride and those 7 sins, you destroy your own self. And that's what the Bible is talking about. People that destroy their own selves with their own mental. Pride is a mental disorder. When you have overtly, which means over status of pride, no matter how, if it's a good, no matter what, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as I can just keep pounding myself with pride. No, you don't do that. Because most people cannot handle a lot of pride. Because it goes to your head, make you arrogant, and then it clouds your judgment, which make you mentally impaired, which make you have a mental disorder, simply because you use pride as a coping mechanism instead of as a healthy mechanism. You use it as a coping mechanism to cope with all the stuff that you've been through instead of let the mind of Christ, let the people actually minister to you. But you steal from the people of God. You give them no recognition for the God in them. And then you go play with spell work while you're doing this. And not only do you go play with spell work while you're doing this, you go do other negative energetic work, casting spells on people for money and pretending like you in the church. Can I get an amen? These are the type of double-minded people of God talking about. This is how you know somebody is double-minded. When they can live one way and be perfect, and nobody knows, and it's hard to tell, and then they actually is another way. This is double-minded. This is a person. They're double-minded in a different way. They have a split personality, but both personalities are aware of themselves, and this personality want to do this, and this personality want to do that. And so what happens is the Christ ain't in none of it. It's the devil, because this person is split. Their mind is split. So Christ ain't in none of it, and they just switch the seat of the souls with these demons. One is one personality. Trust me, the personalities are demons. Excuse me, trust me, they're demons. And then once they switch this personality, it's a demon attached to them. Okay, now this personality want to come out, so this demon wants to have some kind of agenda, so it switches. I believe that's why God allowed for certain things to happen in my life, for me to be with my real twin flame and to know my false twin flame at the same time, because it was vital for the people of God to see the devil rise, the Satan's people rise and then fall, so that you can know that they are mocked. And that don't mean for you to do anything to them, but know that they're not God's people. So you shouldn't be conjugating with them. You shouldn't do business with them. You should be living a life of an example, so that they have an example to follow. If they choose not to follow, that's on them. But you should not get in the sinner's way. That's what that means. That's why I don't stand in their way. That's why they want me to hate them, and they don't want me to I love my enemy, because they know not what they do. Because if they did and they normally did it, then they reprobated. Either way, they belong to Satan. Until they want to change, until they want to do right, until they get this spark of love within them, they're Satans. I don't know. There's no other way to put it. There's no in between. There's some people that's innocent, that's ignorant, and they don't know no better. That's okay too. They don't belong to Satan necessarily, but they don't belong to God. They're walking their journey until they can choose, until they're awakened to choose which side they're going to be on, and eat A God Christ mindset is somebody that's whole, healthy, and somebody that can be reprimanded. Like God, you could do something wrong, you be like, God be like, you was wrong. Be like, oh yes, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that. Or somebody can come to like, you hurt my feelings, even though it wasn't your fault. You was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. What did I do? Meek people. Those are people with like a Christ mindset. People, oh God, I hurt your feelings. I ain't hurt your feelings. You just too sensitive. Most of the time, people like that are on their way to hell. Can't hear, can't get them nothing, can't tell them nothing, and it's hard to reprimand somebody like that. To be reprimanded is good because none of us is perfect. It's a good thing. That's what the Bible says in Proverbs. It's a good thing to be reprimanded, especially by God. When God chastises you, I'm gonna be chastised by God. Ooh, for like 3 years, I had to get my mind right and shape up and learn these lessons. Baby, after I learned them lessons, can't nobody tell me nothing about the Most High God and lesson. When it comes to my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing and this and that, because I learned them lessons. God told me, because I was like, no, God, they don't like me. They worry about what people think and all of this, and just being really sensitive to other people instead of the Spirit of God and moving in confidence with God. I was worried about what these other people thought, and like they weren't going to receive me. God, they're not going to receive me. And God had to like reprimand me. And to this day, when I do something wrong, and he told me that I'm like, God, I'm so sorry. Like, I apologize because I understand what it means to be chastened by God. And he didn't do it in a mean way. He let me see things for myself, and I'm like, ooh, I'd rather be the child. I don't want to be the parent, no. I'd rather be the child. I'd rather be the child. I'm a child of the Most High God, because that's my covering. And that's why I choose to be his yes child, because I'm not an adult in this thing. I don't know everything. I'm not perfect. Only the Most High God is. So that's why I listen, because I understand my human nature. God made us to be flawed. And I'm perfectly flawed human being. And to be perfectly flawed, that means when my ego's out of check, God can check me. When my heart is out of alignment, hey, you need to work on your heart chakra. You know what I mean? When my mindset is wrong, hey, you need to get up and move around, trying to get depressed. God can speak to you and speak life into you, even when the devil is attacking you. God can speak life into you because you know God's voice. You know what I'm saying? So this is the prime example of why you do not hate your enemies. You can do what you want, but this is why I do not hate my enemies, because they are already damned. If you're an enemy of me, that means that you have no God within you, or you hate the God that's within me. Either way, you belong to Satan. I'm not saying everybody that don't like me is going to hell, or no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if I have done nothing to you but existed, and you don't know me personally, you attack me, you belong to Satan, because I have not done nothing person to you for you to attack me. I have done nothing. All you did was read my chart, look at my energy, or see me glow in the spiritual realm, and be like, oh, I don't like this person. Satan. You belong to Satan. So when these people are so prideful that they don't even take care of their health, and this is another example God just gave to me. Somebody that's so prideful, they're going to work out and worry about their body. This is how you know somebody is either DID or have in a negative way, or have personality psycho, or have a personality disorder, because they'll go work out and look nice, but the whole time they drinking, smoking, and sleeping with people unprotected. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So this is an example God just gave me. They do all this working out, all this, but they'll go have sex with multiple people unprotected. I'm laughing not at the people itself, how they allow the devil to trick them. I'm laughing about how sound their mind isn't, and they think their mind is so sound. They think, like the devil thinking, oh, you're just perfect, or you're just perfect. And only time they want to be imperfect, they make a mistake and they can't get out of it, or they make some kind of thing that they can't get out of. Oh, nobody's perfect, and they use it as an excuse to harm somebody or to make somebody feel like ish. These are the people who are either double-minded or Satan has tricked in some type of way. Oh yeah, I'm gonna work out and be all cute, get my skin all glowing, my nails done, toes done, or I'm gonna go put on an outfit or a vest, a suit, smell good. my tea thing is lined up, my gold tea is lined up, everything look good. But we'll sleep with a mama, a daughter, a sister, a brother, uncle, an auntie. and have an orgy with the whole family. Not saying that everybody have an orgy is reprobated or bad, but this is the mindset. You have to understand where I'm coming from with this. This is like how make it make sense. Like I don't see somebody that is a prostitute and they're very clean. They use condoms. And they don't do drugs. They don't live like most people that live their life live, and they just enjoy multiple people. And they treat people nicely. I've been around people like that. Those people, that's why I say it's not what you do, it's how you do what you do. Those type of people, that's totally different. You know what I'm saying? They're sleeping around, they use protection, they love themselves, but they just enjoy this particular part of their life for this particular amount of time. However, whatever that's in their chart they're supposed to be doing in there, no, they're doing it. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't get it. Like I could be the biggest prostitute in the world if I wanted to. You get what I'm saying? But I can, eat good, cook good, and clean my body and do all these things. Not saying it's good to have sex with most people. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm giving you an idea and an example of what it means to come from something and have the love of God in you, but or come from something and it just make you the worst human being on this planet. So, and I'm clean and I treat people with love and kindness, and you know what I mean. I stand up for myself when I need to. I'm not like perfect or whatever, and I just live my life like that. Then one day I decide I want to be committed. We have people like that, and they go on and live a God-fearing life or a prophet's life or a religious life where they're in the church. Because they were on their cycle, they was on their journey the whole time. They honored their north node. And God is pleased with them because they turned from their ways. They turned from what could have made them go do drugs, and that means you understand, when people like that, they're very strong. They didn't do drugs. They, you know what I mean? They didn't do certain things, and people don't understand how they get in church, how God bless them so. Because God put them, they was placed in a situation where it should have made them do drugs. Someone probably was even raped. God said somebody was raped like that and lived like that. Even though they was raped, they still did what they did. They learned the lessons they learned in between fornicating and doing all that, and then they realized that, hey, this is not the way for me, and then they turned their life over to the Most High God. They don't have to be in church, and then they started living. They got married. They started living this life that made them happy and made the Most High happy at the same time. Lessons learned. These are the difference. This is the difference. These are the prime difference. It's some people who can go through things, because I was raped before, but you don't see me doing it to other people. You don't see me just, let me put my hoo-ha out on the next person. Let me just jump over here. I don't do that, because I understand that I wasn't the one that did it to myself. Somebody did it to me, so I took my power back. What I did was took my power back. And I'm like, I own this because I put myself in this certain part of the situation. But that just because I was in that situation, that person did not have to do that to me, and that's their disgusting behavior. So when somebody try to look down on me for being raped, because people will do it, they will victimize. I'm like, it's just God teaching you how to be strong and showing you what belongs to a person and what doesn't belong to you. I take responsibility for putting myself in that particular situation, because I should have been living right. I should not have had sex before marriage. And I understand why God said what he said. You get what I'm saying? And I understand it. So me understanding that, I own that part of my accountability, because I'm not a victim. I put myself in a circumstance and a predicament because I wasn't living right according to God, the way he wanted me to live. And I changed my life around, and I moved around, and I understand that person needs healing. That person is really the one that's a victim, not me. And I keep it pushing. Simply because I didn't do it to myself. I didn't say, oh, let me get on top of myself, because it would have been a different result, right? Let's all be honest. It would have been a different result if I did it to myself. It wouldn't be the same result, right? Okay. So, these are the particular instances where God will allow certain things to happen to you, allow the devil to do certain things to you out of disobedience, out of ignorance, or whatever, so that you can learn your lesson and you can go back and be on track, and you can get into alignment with your true self, which is the Most High God, which is the Christ mindset. So that being said, you guys, I'm out. I know it's a long video, but I just had to get that out, because a lot of people are misinformed and misjudged. Now these days, you shouldn't be, because it's a lot of information, but still, it's better to hear it from experienced mouths than just, I gotta follow this. And sometimes we do need a fresh perspective on the situation. I hope this helps someone. I hope this even helped my enemies to say, hey, yeah, I was arrogant. Let me go apologize. You don't even gotta apologize to me. Just say, God, I repent. I'm sorry. Just let this person know that I'm sorry. When you repent to God, the person if this person is linked to God, if this person has the Christ mindset, they automatically know and can feel that you're sorry. You can't get nothing over them because they're tapped in. So when you tell God you're sorry, we automatically know you're sorry. We already know you. Come on, like, yo, come on, baby, come on. We've been there. But until you get there to say, even admit that you were wrong for some of the things you're doing, what are we to do? But sit there and be like, okay, how many times? He got to bump his head. She got to bump her head. Okay, we understand that we go through cycles, and we sometimes take 2 or 3 times, but after 3 times it's just like, somebody ain't learning, you know what I mean? So, you guys, I didn't mean to make this video so long, but I believe it was much needed, because I could feel it in my spirit. A lot of people didn't understand a lot, and it's still some more questions I gotta answer, because in the spiritual realm, I know people not on there like typing questions, but God let me be able to feel people to understand what they need to know about me, so to help them along their journey. That's why I share my story. It's not about ego. It's not about that. It's really about helping somebody along their journey, because I was never like this. I would keep everything to myself and write it down and be like, people are weird. Knowing that I'm weird too, so it was like, let me get this information out. Let me just be open and honest with my collective, and just let me go on my journey to help people, because what are we here for if we're not helping one another? What if we're here for to be a distraction, to be used by Satan to, and I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be in the way of the center, so to speak. But yeah, you guys, I'm out. Peace.